YouTube, hope you're all doing well. The official Marvel Rivals patch note got released like an hour ago. It is super late for me, but that didn't stop me from going over these patch notes. So I will be going over all of these, give my opinion on them. I've not seen any leaks or anything about it yet. I will go in all of this blind to give you my first time reaction and talk about it. I'm very, very hyped to see super cool and interesting balance changes, so it shakes up the meta. So let's just start right now. I'm really, really hyped to see this. All right, so no beginning text. Okay, so straight up starting with Vanguards. Captain America, let's see. Reduce the base health from 675 to 650, so that's a nerf. And reduce the shield value of Living Legend from 400 to 350. C4 undergoes some adjustments to his survivability, leading to a slight decrease in his overall resilience. That is interesting. I was not expecting them to nerf Captain America. Less HP and less shielding. That's honestly surprising. I thought, if anything, they're actually gonna buff him, because he's like, I think he's still a little bit slept on, but overall, as a Vanguard, not the greatest, no? So I was honestly expecting buffs. Maybe they are scared of Captain America being really good because of his new team up that he gets with Bucky. But this is surprising to me, but they probably know and have tested a few things. So I will trust the devs. They're usually on point with the things they change. So, okay, interesting. Captain America nerf. Alright, next up, Doctor Strange. We have seen that they wanna nerf his damage but buff survivability. So let's see what it is. Decreases daggers of Denag, I don't know how to pronounce this, damage per projectile from 18 to 16, which I think is his left click, right? And reduce the Maelstrom of Madness conversion ratio of dark magic to damage from 1.3 to 1.2. So this is his like AoE damage ability. I know the name of this one. Okay. This also Supreme will see a reduction in his offensive capabilities, limiting his battlefield control. Okay, but like next one is Hulk. I thought they're gonna buff his survivability. This is just straight up a damage nerf. Which, don't get me wrong, I think Strange deals a little bit too much damage, but I was expecting compensation buffs to his survivability since they mentioned that. Does he get like a seasonal bonus in the upcoming season? Because if that's the case, that would make sense then, that nothing is written here. So let's go over everything and wait. Maybe we're missing something later down. But okay, yeah, damage nerf. I think that's fine. Next one, Hulk. Increase base movement speed from 600 to 650. Movement speed buff. Okay, interesting. Wait, are Marvel Rival characters moving at different speed? I never noticed. Okay, you never learn enough, huh? Reduce cooldown for Indestructible Guard from 12 to 10 seconds, which is his Gamma Shield, I suppose. Okay, 2 seconds less, that is very good for him. Decrease minimum charge time for Incredible Leap from 0.7 to 0. Oh my god. These are good buffs for Hulk. Faster, more survivability with less cooldown on his shield, and he can jump a lot sooner. Okay. Green Goliath will boost enhanced maneuverability and improved survivability upon entering combat. Okay, yeah, Hulk was not too prevalent in the season. I don't think he was bad, but these are crazy buffs, so that's definitely gonna make him very much playable. So he gets a team up with Namor and Iron Man now. Strange is no longer a team up with Hulk. So, okay, let's see how that will affect the meta. I think Hulk, from my predictions, might be an upcoming ban in Season 2 to not only prevent Namors, but also maybe because Hulk seems to be like strong now. So yeah, we'll have to see, wait and see. Alright, Magneto. Increase energy cost for Meteor M Ultimate from 3100 to 3400. Okay, so more ult cost on his ultimate. That is fair in my opinion. He always has his ult ready when there's a support ult up, so I do get it that he gets his ult a little bit too fast. I was kind of hoping and expecting a small damage nerf, because you know how Magneto is able to one-shot like a 250 HP character with left click, fully charged right click into left click, while they're basically stun locked in the knockback. So I was kind of expecting a damage nerf slightly, but okay, they're choosing to go for more ult charge, which is definitely very interesting. All right, interesting. Penny Parker, this is gonna be interesting. Cyber Web Cluster now has a chance to crit. Reduce movement speed penalty while firing Cyber Web Cluster from 40% to 20%. Increase base from 650 to 6... And 100% more HP. That is a lot. It has a chance to crit. Like, does that mean it randomly crits, or like it crits with a headshot? Is that her left click? I'm not even sure. And she's no longer slowing herself down as much with the left clicking then, I suppose. Okay. Penny will receive enhancement to her primary attack damage. Okay, this is the primary one. Efficiency and a boost to her survivability and combat capabilities. Okay, well, more damage, more HP, less movement speed penalty. Yeah, these seem like very solid buffs. Okay. Will that make her playable or good? Probably. I don't think she's gonna be better than other off-tanks. I think Hulk is gonna be very good again. I'm not sure if this makes her better than Thing or even Emma Frost, but it definitely helps. This is probably a dream for CringeAlarm though. He's gonna get banned even more often from now on, huh? Alright, let's see. Ooh, the Thing. What are we gonna do here? Decrease embattled leaps damage reduction, which is his jump effect for himself and teammates from 30 to 25. Okay, just overall less damage reduction, so less tankiness. Not a lot, 5%, but it is a slight nerf, which I think is okay. I don't think Thing was like broken or anything, but it was definitely very good in this triple tank comp that was recently just discovered, that it was actually really good to play 3 tanks with a Thing. So, okay, I can kind of see that they were fearing that triple tank might still be very, very good. So, okay. Small nerf, okay for me. 4. Increase base up from 525 to 675 more. Okay. And base movement speed from 600 to 650. Okay. Great 4 buffs. Holy moly. I already thought that people underestimate the power of 4. I always thought 4 is good in the right hands. This is scary, but I'm okay with it, I think. But like, you know how it's like, either a 4 is unkillable or he blows up instantly. I don't think there's anything in between. So yeah, very, very interesting. Fast and more HP. No damage buff though, which makes me happy because I think 4 already deals a lot of damage. Okay, let's see. Duelist, Black Widow. Okay, please do not hard buff anything about her. I do not want a Black Widow meta. Added a new effect where Black Widow can directly shoot after releasing the second kick of Edge Dancer and after using Electroplasma Explosion. A new effect where Widow can directly shoot. Okay, this is more of a quality of life thing, but it still is a buff because it helps her out a lot more against flankers that try to kill her. So it is not anything crazy, but I think it still matters quite a bit. I think this could actually. I guess we'll see. Depends on how fast everything is, right? Interesting change though. Hawkeye, please. No buff. I think Hawkeye is unironically like broken, but underplayed. If that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Reduce the slow effect while charging the bow from 30 to 20, so he's faster while charging. Okay, that's a buff. Increase both instances of damage for hypersonic arrow from 50 to 55, which is a damage buff. Decrease energy cost for Hunter's Sight from 3,700 to 3,100. Improve the broad draw speed increase from... And another crazy Hawkeye buff. I'm unironically so scared of Hawkeye. Last patch, they hard buffed him on like 3 different ways, and now they're doing the same thing again. I don't know. net is. This one, I don't think I can agree on. This might, I might be wrong here, okay? But I think Hawkeye is gonna be one of the stronger DPSs in season 2. Like, he was already good, but like underplayed. And now he's getting 3 more buffs again. People are gonna figure out how good he actually is if you're like really good at him. Mark my words, Hawkeye might be a ban in season 2. He might be a little bit too strong, but I might be wrong. Again, we'll see. Hela, okay, interesting. Let's see what they're gonna do. Increase the cooldown for Astral Flock from 12 to 15. I believe that's her escape bird, right? The movement ability. Increase spell field damage of Piercing Knight from 30 to 35. I think that's the right click that explodes. Decrease cooldown time for Soul Drainer from 12 to 10, which is the stun, I think. Okay. So, nerf to mobility, but buff to damage and the stun. Okay. The Goddess of Death will see reduction in mobility while slightly enhancing her offensive power. Okay, I think that's fine. I don't think her right click was really that useful anyway, so buffing that is probably okay. The stun probably doesn't matter too much, because you don't really spam that ability anyway, right? Because you're usually playing from far away and should just left click. But the escape ability cooldown nerf, that could matter, so I think this is okay. Probably a nice change to her. Okay. Human Torch. Reduce attack interval for Fire Cluster from 0.6 to 0.5 seconds. The launch timing of the primary attack projectile has been advanced. The Fire Cluster is the right click, right? That leaves the flame on the ground, I believe. Okay. Increase the cooldown for Flaming Meteor from 12 to 15 seconds. That's a nerf, but add a new effect. After releasing Flaming Meteor, immediately gain 75 bonus health, which will start to fall 3 seconds later at the rate of 30%. Oh, okay. Johnny's attack, feedback, and survivability are being improved to enhance his combat across various combat scenarios. Okay, interesting. So, more cooldown on the escape, but he gets a little bit of HP. So, you either use this to get a kill on somebody, which puts you at a great risk, or you use it to escape. So, 75 HP matters so much if Johnny is able to survive that or not when he tries to go to safety. So, yeah, I think these are nice buffs from Human Torch, which make him a little bit stronger than he was before. I think he was already good. Not like one of the best, but a few small buffs to him with a small compensation nerf. I think that's fine. We'll see how he will do in the meta. Iron Man, slightly reduce Iron Man's hitbox size. Okay, I am a big fan of this, because whenever I played Iron Man in like a quick play or my DPS account, people have such an easy time shooting him. Like, Iron Man's hitbox, and also I think Moon Knight's and Punisher's hitboxes, I mean for Punisher mostly when he ults, but like for Moon Knight, they are incredibly big. So, okay, that's a good thing. The feature against 100 bonus health, activating Armor Drive or Gamma Armor Drive will start to fall off. So, just like Moon Knight, when he activates this ability, which improves his left and right click, in this case for Iron Man, he gets 100 HP. That's cool. I like these changes. No damage buff, but more survivability, which I think is okay. Just some small survivability buffs. I like that. Iron Fist. Not the greatest DPS. We'll see what they do. Reduce the bonus max health gained from Harmony Recovery from 150 to 100, but slow the fall off rate of that health from 25 to 15. Okay. That's his meditate. When he's still meditating, when being full HP, he gets this bonus HP, which goes up to 150. They reduced it to only 100 now, but it fall offs a lot slower. So he keeps it for a little bit longer, which is, I think, nice. Okay. Lower fixed damage of Kayjii Jung. I can't say that, sorry. I'm really bad at pronouncing that. From 10 to 9, but increase the percent damage of enemies max per strike from 1.7 to 2.1. Okay, a little bit less base damage, but more percent. So I think more damage to tanks and a little bit less to... or maybe equally the same to squishies, right? Decrease the cooldown of the kick from 12 to... Oh, this this buff matters. This is his, after like his block, this is one of his most important abilities. Like this is what you use to escape, sometimes engage, or to last hit. A 2-second less cooldown on this ability actually matters quite a bit. So this, I think these are really nice changes. Whoops, I didn't mean to scroll down so much. The bonus, like the change to the survivability of his armor recovery, that's like, okay, doesn't matter too much. But these two could be nice. Like this is just a small damage increase against tanks. But this one could matter, like 2 seconds or 2 seconds. Don't underestimate that. Very interesting. Yeah, they want to improve his combat effectiveness against Vanguards. That makes sense. Mr. Fantastic. Here we go. Let's see what they cook up to make Reed a viable option in the meta. Increase base up from 350 to 375. Alright, he was already good at surviving stuffs, and they buff his HP to 375, which I believe makes him the DPS, the Duelist, with the most amount of base HP in the game now. Boost the damage of Stretch Punch, his left click, from 60 to 65 and from 75 to 80 while in inflated mobs. So straight up damage buffs to both his normal attack and the one when he's big. Okay. Flexible engagement, which is, I think, his pull to an ally or an enemy. Enemies within range now suffer a 35% slow effect. Reduce flexible lowest cooldown from 10 to 8. So less cooldown and a slow. Okay. Slows are really good. That's actually a really hefty, like heavy buff. Holy. Reduce the elasticity gained from elastic strength passive ability from 30 to 20. While the elasticity provided by Stretch Punch is increased from 5 to 8. After entering the full state, the bonus health provided to self has been reduced from 450 to 400. Okay. So he gets less elastic strength when he uses abilities, which gave him always 30, but now 20. But when he uses his left click punch, he gets a little bit more. And he gets a little bit less HP once he gets big. Okay, so they used a little bit of that bonus HP he gets from his inflated state to his base health. So honestly, a really nice change. New feature, when Mr. Fantastic uses his ultimate, immediately gain bonus health equal to that gained when entering inflated state. Oh, okay. So what you used to do with Mr. Fantastic is you want to go into his big form first to get this HP and then use your ult. And now they make it so you immediately gain that, so you don't need to do that anymore. That is such a great buff, a nice quality of life feature. I really am a big fan of that. So a little bit more damage, a slow effect, and more survivability. Okay, yeah, I think that could matter. Like, I think Mr. Fantastic can do something in the meta with this. Like, people still like underestimate his power a little bit. I think there's only a few Mr. Fantastic mains that actually know how to play him well. Like, remember in Season 0 when people said Wolverine is bad and then he became one of the best DPS characters in the game? I don't think Mr. Fantastic is as strong as Wolverine, of course, but I think people still do sleep a little bit on him. So yeah, great buffs. I really like that. Moon Knight. Increase Crescent Dart projectile speed from 120 to 150. Is that his normal left click or his right click, or like both? It might be his left click. Moonblade new effect. Gain 25 bonus health with each enemy hit up to a max of 100. 3 seconds after bonus health stops increasing, it will start. Okay, bonus health when he hits enemies. Speed up Moon Knight hook, pull startup time after hit from 0.4 to 0.15, so a lot sooner, okay? Extend the duration of Hand of Control ultimate from 3.5 to 4.5, and increase the number of talents generated during his period from 14 to 18. Additionally, the fall speed of the talents has been slightly enhanced. A new damage fall-off mechanic for the spell field has been added, beginning at 1.5 meters from the center and reaching a maximum reduction of 70% at 5 meters. Okay, so faster projectiles, more survivability, which this I think is a good change because he dies so fast. Better mobility and a lot stronger ultimate. I I think they carefully buffed his ultimate with this now. Because, like, the last time they buffed his ultimate, it just became an insta-kill. You have no time to react to it. So it was a 0 counterplay, one-shot ult. So they buffed it in a way where that is not a thing. And they even give it a damage fall-off. So if you're further away, it deals less damage. So, but in total, it can deal more damage over a longer time. Very interesting Moonlight buffs. I think the one that matters the most out of these changes are probably the projectile speed and also the bonus HP. But yeah, cool. I'm very happy to try out more Moonlight after these buffs. That sounds very exciting. Okay. We're optimizing Mark's Moonlight Blade projectile bounce. Why only Mark? What about Steven or Jake, huh? Why is it only Mark? Scarlet Witch. Remove Chaos Control percentage damage while increasing fixed damage from 60 to 80. Okay. They remove the percent damage and add 20 base. That is so interesting. Increases burst projectile damage from 35 to 40 and spell feed from 35. Okay, more damage to left click and right click. Increases the cooldown of Mystic Protection from 8 to 10, which is her fly ability, and reduce phased stay time from 2 to 1.5. Okay, more damage and less mobility. Okay. Rework the slow effect of reality erasure to start at 1.5 seconds instead of starting immediately, with a linear increase to a 35% slow over 3.5 seconds. Reducing Wanda's survivability but increasing her threat level against strategists and duelists while optimizing Ultimate's ability release experience. Okay, interesting. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, I always felt like Scarlet Witch never really had the damage to take down squishes. So I think this is a good thing for her. Yeah, she was never picked to counter tanks, even with her having percent damage. So yeah, I think that's a wonderful change that they did. Really nice. Starlord, please nerf. I think Scarlet needs a nerf. Reduce blaster barrage damage from 80 per second to 75. Introduce a new fall-off damage fall-off mechanic starting at 4 meters and maxing out at 80% reduction at 8 meters, reducing Peter's damage output and efficiency of his ultimate ability charge rate. Damage output and efficiency of his ultimate ability charge rate. It's a bit. What is the blaster barrage? Is that his? That's not his ultimate, is it? I'm a bit confused. They're talking about his ultimate ability here, but isn't Blaster Barrage his, like, Reaper ult? Like, where he spins around and deals damage around him? I might be wrong here. I don't think that's his ultimate, though. I'm a little bit confused of this. Oh, wait, I'm stupid. It's like, he gets ult too fast because this deals so much damage. So because they nerfed the damage, he gets less ult charge. Yeah. Please forgive me, it's 5 AM right now. My brain is not functioning. That took me a while to understand, I'm sorry. It's 5 AM, I have an excuse. Alright, Winter Soldier. Increase the cooldown for Bionic Hook from 8 to 12 seconds. That's a massive nerf, but I think a very needed nerf. I'm a big fan of this. I think his hook was his strongest ability. Reduce base damage of Kraken Impact ultimate from 100 to 80, but lower the culling threshold from 20 to 15. We're lowering Bucky's threat level against Vanguards and reducing the margin of error in his ultimate ability. Load the culling threshold. So straight up Bucky nerfs. 4 more seconds on the hook, less damage on the ult, and a lesser execution threshold. Yeah, I think, like, we all know, Bucky needed a nerf. And this is a massive nerf. So they didn't nerf his survivability, but they nerfed damage and utility, which I think is a very good thing. So yeah, I'm fine with this. This is a good nerf. Wolverine. Increase rage gain from Savage Claw hits from 7 to 10, while rage gain from Berserk Claw Strike has been decreased from 7 to 5. Reduce rage gain from Feral Leap from 20 to 10, and from Vicious Rampage from 20 to 15. However, rage gain from taking damage has been increased from 3 to 5. Okay, just a few adjust numbers to rage. Not really much to say about that. Reduce the time an enemy is knocked down after impact from last stand from 1 to 0.75. This is a wonderful nerf. The one thing I always hated about Wolverine is like when he uses his ult on you, it stun locks you so long that you have 0 counterplay to get away from him before he one-shots you. He deals so much percent damage that when he ults you, there's nothing you can do when he actually lifts, like the moment he lifts you up. Because during this 1 second where you can't do anything, this is enough time for him to kill you. So reducing that by 0.25 seconds, this little time can matter for like you to be able to get away from him or not. So yeah, this is a great nerf. I really like this one. Doesn't change anything about what he does or the damage that he does, but makes his ult a little bit more to play against. Like, I think his ult was always a little bit frustrating. And I'm not even talking about that it's very inconsistent. So, alright, we'll see. Strategist. This is where I'm gonna be very curious about. Please no Invisible Woman nerf. We don't need that. Adam Warlock. Increase the cooldown of Soulbound from 30 to 40. Okay, 40 seconds. That's basically the amount of time that like a Loki needs for his ultimate. Alright, I'll see. Ultimate ability now restores 30% of a fallen ally's maximum health instead of a fixed 100 HP. Okay, so they hard nerf the Soulbound, but give the ult a little bit of a buff, like a buff. So yeah, I think that's fine. I hope they are gonna nerf his team up a little bit though. I don't think Adam himself was really like that annoying. It's more about his team up. But we'll see about that when we get to team ups. Cloak and Dagger. After activating Eternal Bond Ultimate, the duration of the first 3 healing zones will no longer be calculated separately. Instead, they will remain active until the duration of the final healing zone ends, at which point will be removed together. Oh, that is interesting. So you don't have to care about your first dash anymore. Because the healing there ends when your ultimate ends now. But it only talks about the healing zone. So the damage will be gone, right? But the healing will still, which is obviously the thing you care about. Okay, that's honestly a nice way to make Cloak and Dagger relevant again. Because let's be real, while they were still okay to play, all the other strategists, okay, almost all other strategists with defensive support ults outperformed Cloak and Dagger. So I think this is okay. Invisible Woman. Oh, here we go. My heart is gonna break. Decrease the shield value of Guardian Shield from 300 to 250. Will be fine-tuning Susan's protective capabilities to create a more strategic gameplay experience. No, my girl got nerfed. Okay, so there's a few things to talk about here. So this nerf, first of all, actually matters quite a bit. 50 HP less on the most important ability of her kit, which helps you to survive, especially against heavy dive comms, is like that is crucial. Like when you get dived from like a Venom Spider-Man comp, the first thing you want to do is instantly jump to, or like go to your other strategist and place down your shield. Because not only does it heal you and him, or the other strategist, with 50 HP per second, but it also blocks a little bit of damage from them. And 50 HP less can matter in you surviving the dive or not. So that's honestly a bigger nerf than it may seem. On the other hand, though, less HP on the shield honestly makes her a lot harder to play because you're way more vulnerable. So while it does hurt her and obviously like makes her worse, it slightly increases the skill of her because you die way more easily now. So, but I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think Invisible Woman needed a nerf. I think she was a perfectly designed strategist. Like, she had her strengths, but also have weaknesses. She can be very strong. on like in the right hands because her skill ceiling is super high. But yeah, okay. But we'll have to live with it. Why am I always scrolling down like an idiot? Yeah, okay. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. It's a little bit saddening, but yeah, nothing I can do about it. But hey, at least it makes her a bit harder to play, and maybe people are gonna play her less now. So we'll see more variety in strategists. We'll see. Loki. Increase regeneration domain cooldown from 25 to 30. Okay, just a small cooldown nerf on the Loki shift, which I think is a good nerf. The one thing I would have liked as well is a small HP nerf on his shift. Like the stone that you can break. I think it's a little bit too tanky. I don't know if I say that because I'm a invisible woman main and my character deals no damage. I need 3 shots to kill that, so maybe that's the reason. And it seems like it's super tanky, but yeah. 5 seconds more is 5 seconds more. That definitely is a hard nerf, so I'm happy with that. I think Loki needed a nerf, and he did get nerfed, so nice. Mantis, reduce base health from 275 to 250, which is honestly a large nerf already. Effects of Healing Flower and Allied Inspiration can be stacked up to a maximum of 6. Oh, I like that. Oh my god. So before, the only reason where you wanted to stack your healing on an ally was to burst heal them a little bit. Because when you heal an ally on Mantis, they get a small burst healing of I don't know how much, and then they get the healing over time. And now if you give them 2, the duration just gets increased. That is a nice buff. I really like that. HP nerf kind of hurts her. That definitely will matter quite a bit, but it is a nerf to the Adam Mantis Starlord comp, so I'm not gonna complain with it. I'm not gonna complain. So yeah, I think the buff is really nice though. Rocket Raccoon, this is one I'm very curious about. Decrease the healing area of repair mode spheres from 70 to 50? But add new effect of one-time healing of 55 health to allies hit. Projectile speed reduction increased from 4 to 7. Projectile speed reduction increased from 4.5 to... Okay. So less HP per second heal, but a one-time heal of 55 if you hit it on an ally. Okay, that makes him a little bit more skillful because you need to aim at your allies if you want to give them the burst healing, no? Extend cooldown for jetpack dash from 6 to 10. Oh, I love that. Reduce dash distance from 7 to 8. So less survivability by nerfing mobility. Yeah, I think that's fine. Reduce CIA damage boost from 40 to 25. Oh my god. But add a new effect. During the ability's duration, linked allies will receive an additional 100 bonus health points per second, capping at 150. After breaking the link, this bonus starts to fall off after 1 second at a rate of 75. Additionally, increased energy cost from... Okay, so needs more ult charge, but it has less damage amp. But now it's starting to become a small defensive ultimate. Because it doesn't heal you, but it gives you bonus HP per second. 100 per second. This is so it's like a really bad defensive ult now. Okay. This is a very interesting change. I'm kind of a fan of that. Because now you don't feel bad picking Raccoon as a second healer because it's a small defensive ult, so the team cannot complain that we need 2 defensive ults because now it does that. Nice, I like that. So this will make like Raccoon a lot more popular and makes less people say, "Oh, I don't want Raccoon in my team." And it also makes him a lot more skillful by making him aim like his healing, because before he was just spam right click, spam right click, spam right click. That's the gameplay. But now with like you get rewarded for aiming, and less like mobility makes it less frustrating to play against him. So yeah, these are nice changes. I like them. Big fan. Team up abilities. As the team up anchor, Doctor Strange gains a maximum health increase of 100. Okay, this is the thing I was talking about before. He gets a seasonal bonus of 100 HP. Okay, good. Scarlet Witch unlocks a new magical burst ability through her team up with Doctor Strange. Okay, we don't know anything exactly what it does, but yeah, we'll see. Winter Soldier Captain America. As the team, Captain America gets max health increase of 105% boost in. Oh! That's why they nerf him. That's why they remove or like nerf his base HP and shield. Because now he gets 100 HP for free and 5% more damage. So in total, he gets 75 more HP and a little bit more damage. Okay, yeah, cool, okay. So it was a buff after all. Winter Soldier gets the ability, okay. Emma Frost. As the team anchor, Emma Frost gains a maximum health increase of 100. Okay, sure. And these two get the team up ability. Sure. Removed the Winter Soldier from the rocket. Yeah, I know that. Luna Namor is gone. Psylocke Magic is gone. Strange is gone from Hulk, but gets Namor. Magneto Scarlet Witch team up is gone. 4 team up is also gone with the others. Okay, and that is the patch. I already saw these on the video that I uploaded the day before you see this video, my reaction to the dev update. So I already talked a little bit about these there if you want to know that. Okay, yeah, these are all very interesting changes, which definitely will shake up the meta. So let me just go through it again and let me try to predict what's gonna happen. I think Hulk is gonna be relevant in the meta. I think Hulk is gonna be a good ban because it basically removes the need to pick Namor and Iron Man, which both got Iron Man got buffed, but Namor gets like a new team up, which makes him strong. And with the buffs to Hulk himself, getting a ban on Hulk like removes 3 good characters, right? Or I guess 2.5. I don't consider Iron Man really a good character, but he's okay. But Namor and Hulk, so Hulk, probably a really nice ban. Magneto is probably still gonna be the best tank in the game, even with that nerf. Thing is probably still very relevant. Thor might be scary. We're probably gonna see a lot more Thor. I'm very, very scared of Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye is gonna be a meta duelist now. I think people will consider banning Hawkeye from now on. Then Hela probably still gonna be one of the best DPS characters in the game. That will not change. I'm curious about Iron Fist and Mr. Fantastic, how these changes will affect how good they are. I can't really say anything about it yet, but I hope they're gonna be playable because I really like these characters. Moon Knight, I think is gonna be relevant. I think Moon Knight is gonna be good again. I don't think he's gonna be one of the best DPS characters, but I think he's gonna be playable again. Because remember, Groot did not get nerfed. Groot Moon Knight can be a very scary combo again. Scarlet Witch, curious how these changes will affect her. Very, very happy about a Star-Lord nerf, even if it's a small one. I'm really a big fan of this. Bucky nerf, I think I can say for all of you, we're a big fan of that. It's gonna get picked a little bit less, but still probably gonna be okay to play. And for strategists, I think Rocket is gonna be a lot more popular now. I think Rocket is gonna be really popular. I think Cloak and Dagger is gonna be played much more again. With these changes, unironically, I think all strategists are like a very playable option now. Also, I just realized there were no changes to Jeff. Didn't they say in the dev update that there's gonna be changes to Jeff? Where's Jeff? Jeff. There's no Jeff. I thought they make changes to him. I might be wrong, but I think I remembered something like that. But yeah, that's the official patch notes. With my opinions on them. So we'll see if I'm right or wrong. I'm very, very hyped to play Season 2, the new character Emma Frost, and all these new changes to these heroes. and villains. Let me know what you guys think. Which one are you most excited about? Which are you most scared about? What do you think is gonna be the meta? Let me know down in the comments. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful rest of a day. And thanks so much for watching. Remember to sub, and I'll see you in the next one.